So I put up my Christmas tree this year and I went with the rainbow theme. And one trend that I'm really loving for Christmas right now is to use floral on your tree, and it doesn't have to be Christmas theme. So I just went to the store when it was 50% off and I picked colors that would go with my theme. So I did pink, orange, yellow, green, and then blue at the bottom. And that is what I put on first. And this isn't a garland, it's just actually individual flowers that I stuck into the tree. And then if there was extra leaves on the branch of flowers, I made sure to put them with their corresponding flowers. So when you're decorating, what you want to do is to lay out everything you have and start with your garland first and then do the biggest balls or ornaments. And then when you're putting them on the tree, make sure to layer them in. So you don't want them to just be on the outside, you want to tuck some into the back. And this gives your tree some really nice dimension. Before you start decorating your tree, the very first thing you're going to want to do is to fluff it. And honestly, it's the worst part about decorating, but it's also how your tree is going to look the most realistic. So pull those branches apart, fill in the dead spaces, turn on the lights, make sure those are working, and do all of that before you put one single thing on so that you have like a natural looking tree that is ready for ornaments, and when you decorate it, it's going to look beautiful. When if you don't fluff it, it's going to obviously look kind of lame. Another tip for decorating your tree is to vary the sizes. So don't use all balls. You're going to want to use something with angles to kind of mix it up, and then of course add in whimsical items. I have some fun things on my tree. Look at this ornament with Dawn. And they tell my story, and so a lot of my tree is cutesy, but a lot of it is personal items people have given me that I really love. So I wanted to give some tips for decorating with kids, because I hear of a lot of people who decorate their tree and then with their child, and then after the kid goes to bed, they undecorate it all. And my son helped me with this, and so what I did was I told him the rules. I told him all pinks go here, all oranges go here, all white, yellows, and so on. And he really kept with the rules nicely, and he has his own tree as well, so he can decorate that however he wants. But giving your kids some guidelines and being like, oh, it looks like there's too many towards the bottom, like that's okay. And I think that's less jarring than them waking up the next morning and being like, ooh, what happened? Maybe they won't notice, but I think it's better to just kind of guide them and teach them how to do it so that they'll get better with time. And it's really fun to do together. And when you're done decorating the tree, the last thing you're going to want to do is to cover up the base. So I'm using a tree skirt, but you could also use a tree collar. And it's just, you don't want to see the bottom, even if you have a real tree, because it's just not pretty. So cover it up, have somewhere for your presents to go.